Hi, welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. You join me on the Brabazon course again this morning, and we're looking at the question of should your head move in the golf swing? Now, initially, I would say the answer to that is yes, but what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at the correct movement of the head and making sure we understand what that should be doing through the golf swing. So if we take a starting position, so I'm just going to take my normal address to this golf ball. When I make my complete backswing, I've got a 6-iron here, what we should find is that the head will have some movement, but that movement is head rotation. So my head in the backswing is going to rotate by some amount away from the target. Now if we could measure this, we're probably looking in the region of about 5 or 10 degrees. But if you're looking from the camera position that you are from there, you will see that my head will rotate a little bit this way in the backswing. So there is some head movement, although it's rotation, it's no lateral movement. I would certainly like golfers to feel they stay very centred over the golf ball whilst allowing that head to rotate by some amount to the right. So what's going to happen if we get golfers who desperately try and keep their head very, very still? Well, what we often see with golfers who try and keep the head too still is they are focused on that. They therefore won't allow any head rotation, and that will generally cause an underturn in the shoulders. If I try and keep my head looking at the golf ball in this direction, I'm going to find it very difficult to make a big, complete turn. So what we often will see is an underturn in the shoulders and a very short swing. The other thing we often see is when we do get that underturn in the shoulders, we often find that to get the club to the top, we break that lead arm down and we can find ourselves in this position where we've got the club kind of close to parallel, but again, we're still underturned in the shoulders. So even the best golfers in the world, the most flexible golfers in the world, the guys who spend 4 or 5 days in the gym, they will actually need some head rotation in order to allow the shoulders to coil correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some golf swings, feeling that we stay centered. So don't get this confused with any lateral movement. I'd certainly like golfers to feel the head stays centered over the golf ball, but we are going to allow that head to rotate by some amount to the right. Now what that's going to do is going to allow you to get a much fuller turn, and a fuller turn is going to allow you to place that club into a much better position at the top, get a much better structure to the top of the swing, and ultimately generate a little bit more power. So certainly there's been golfers in the past who've actually taken the setup and actually just preset the head to the right. That's absolutely fine. If you find this difficult to do in the swing, nothing to stop you taking the setup and just allowing the head to just move a little bit to the right, and that's going to create a position where you can make a much fuller turn. So really understanding this concept can help us get into a much better position at the top of the swing. Now the final point here, and I'm sure most of you are aware of this, is that the header should say, will move again post-impact. So once I've come down and made contact with that golf ball, the head can move again. And it's really important that we allow that to happen. Again, we do see many golfers who will try and keep the head as still as they can on the backswing and as still as they can on the through swing. And if you've watched any golf, you're not going to see many people achieving those positions. So the two main points here, allow that head to rotate in the backswing by some amount whilst maintaining its position over the golf ball. And then post-impact, feel that we let the head go and let it follow the body as we go through. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn myself around and going to hit an iron shot up that fairway, and hopefully you're going to see that head rotating a little bit on the backswing and then certainly moving post-impact on the way down. Okay, so the key points here, allow the head to rotate to the backswing. You will feel like you're looking at the golf ball a little bit more through your left side. That's absolutely fine. At the top of the swing, that's going to get you into a better position here. And then post-impact, really allow the head to follow the body and end up in this nice finish position. If we can do those things, we should get much better turn, much better coil, ultimately better shots and play better golf.